One of the most powerful exercises in our emotional intelligence development is flexing our emotional self-awareness muscle. And when we flex this muscle, basically what we're doing is we're increasing our ability to be aware of ourselves from an emotional standpoint. So often the question will come up, well, why is it important to be aware at the emotional standpoint? And the reason is, as we process our environment, the things that go on when we're awake, we generally process it through our emotion centers of our brain before our intellectual centers of our brain. So our body will signal us emotionally, our feelings, we feel it, we sense it. We'll get those signals before we'll get logical signals or rational signals or objectivity around our experience. And oftentimes we can be responding to the stimulus emotionally before we can respond to it rationally. And you and I know this all too intimately when we catch ourselves in reactivity and knee-jerk reactions and rash decision making. We know that we're being quote unquote emotional. Now we're humans, so we can't stop being emotional, but what we certainly can do is weaken our neurological pathways that lead to reacting to our emotions. And doing that means unlearning this neural pathway, and we can sort of cut that neural pathway by stopping ourselves from following it, so disrupting the pattern, and then creating the new pattern. And what is the new pattern? Oftentimes the new pattern requires that we disrupt the thinking that sparks out of an emotional experience and then drives us down this particular direction of behavior. When we're doing that, it's going to feel tiring, exhausting. Because think about, when was the last time you ever had to create new neural pathways? When you were a baby. And if you've spent any time around babies, you know how much they eat and sleep because their brain is growing at such a fast capacity, creating new neural pathways, that's all they do. So as an adult, we're doing a heck of a lot of other things. Add on to it creating new neural pathways, and you're going to notice that you're tired. You're going to notice that you might want to eat a little bit more or sleep a little bit more, because your brain, in creating new neural pathways, is asking for more glycogen, more energy. And it is not just neurologically fatiguing, it's also physically fatiguing. So I guess that's my tips in your emotional intelligence development. Start with your emotional self-awareness. Be aware of how your emotions are impacting your choices. Cut some of those neural pathways as you create new ones, and watch out for the fatigue along the way. Give yourself the compassionate space to take a nap if you need to.